that video. I don't know if I'm allowed to show that video. But let's break it down. Horde versus Alliance, alright? 2 zones. The Horde will start in a zone called Zandalar, alright? And this is this is divided in 3 zones. We got the Zuldazar, we got the Nazmir, and the Voldu. Basically, what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna help the trolls against blood trolls, right? So we're gonna help trolls against other trolls. That's basically what we're gonna do as Horde here, right? And it's divided like in the desert, a swamp, and a normal area. The Alliance will start in a zone called Kultaras, right? And this is also divided in 3 zones: Tirgard Sound, Drustvar, and Stormsong Valley. And this is more like pirates and shit, like really cool zones. It looks like it's really cool zones here. I think, yeah, Dark Forces. I don't know what that means exactly, Dark Forces. But it's like pirates and all this shit in this area. And they're gonna help them out with that. And each one has a capital city or a capital area. Where I think it will be a city. Like everyone will have its own city. Like Horde will have one, Alliance will have one. Because now it's Horde versus Alliance, right? So we can't be in the same place, right? That's the sad part in this, is that we're gonna level up in our own zones, alright? Let's see if I open up this one over there. Yeah, it goes away. Good. Like that. So we're gonna level up those zones. Like, how will this become Horde versus Alliance? Like, where's the feeling with Horde versus Alliance? Because you're gonna come to an area that you never explored before, and in this area you're gonna like become buddies with other races, all right? And these races you can unlock, so you can become them and start level 20 later. But you can also, you know, buy, so you can faction change, whatever you call, not faction change. Race change, all these things. So if you have a main, you can pay so you become that one instead of starting at level 20. So you're like in your own little bubble of Horde or your own little bubble of Alliance, and that takes away the feeling of Horde versus Alliance. Because what you're gonna do now, it will be more like Mist again, that you are focusing on what's happening in this new zone, helping out people in this new zone, alright? However, they made it so you can still feel Horde vs Alliance, but I have no idea if this is max level or not, but I think this will be at max level. And that is something, let's see if we can scroll down here. New races, we're gonna go through those races soon. That is something called Warfronts. Alright, this is 20 versus 20. This is, one second. This is pure Warcraft game. Pure. What I mean with that? Well, if you play Warcraft, you start building you start building your buildings, basically. The farm, the barracks, the I don't know what. All these things you're building the same way when you're playing Warcraft, right? You need lumber mill, you need gold, all these things. But in WoW, alright? And the heroes that you play when you play Warcraft, you will be that hero in Warfronts. So 20 people, they go in, right? And they start gathering shit. So you will start gathering shit, basically. And you can decide, I want to build a lumber mill, you start gathering lumber mill. Maybe 10 other people start building a barracks. Maybe you should think, okay, 10 people building a barracks, maybe I should help them build a barracks instead of this lumber mill I'm building here, you know? And you can upgrade all this shit. So you choose what you want to build, but depending on how many people are helping building it, it will go faster. So there's gonna be a lot of screaming and a lot of yelling on chat, like, what the fuck are you doing there? Build this instead. We need to build this fast and all these things. 100%. And after you have built, or after a certain time, the fight starts. I don't know when you can fight, but I think it's after a certain time you're allowed to start fighting. Most likely. That's when, if you have built your riflemen or whatever, your soldiers, let's say you have 10 or 20 or what the fuck it could be, and you start moving to the Horde side, or you start moving to the Alliance side, and you are the hero in front when you're running to attack them. Sounds pretty fucking cool, but the question is, how will it turn out when you're actually going to do it in game? If we think about that a little bit. Say barracks again. Why? What's wrong with the word barracks, man? Barracks. How do you say barracks? It doesn't say barracks like that. Anyway, what's up, Angry Scotsman, my man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so you start building this like Warcraft, right? But you do it in WoW. So let's think, how will this turn out in game? Okay. I think this is a coin flip that would either turn out really fucking cool, which is probably will be anyway, but let's say like this. It would coin flip, which will either turn out that people actually do it and think it's really awesome to do it, or it'll turn out like what? Things like this. When you hear about Warfronts, a lot of people most likely think about what? When you hear that's the word, you're building barracks, you're building lumber mill. It's like what all these words are coming in my head. It's a fucking garrison. Like all the names he said, it's like garrison. It's like stop it, stop saying these words. It was a little bit like that. So I don't know if it will be like that, and also if you put in the PvP area. What's the PvP area called again in that zone? Something with A. Let's just check it fast. Where is Draenor? Ashran, yeah. And then you think about Ashran, and you start thinking about how that was, and that it sounded cool, but it turned out really bad because it wasn't as epic as it sounded. So we think about Warfronts. I'm putting Garrison and Ashran in one. It could be cool. It could be really fucking cool. Because first of all, you're not alone like you're in a garrison. You're with 20 people and there's a certain time to do it, right? The only question is how many people will actually do this. I think it comes up to that. How many people actually fucking do this? Because it can be really, really cool. Because this is what you want. Like when you heard about World of Warcraft, when it came out, the first thing you thought, oh shit, I'm gonna be that hero in the hero when I'm playing the Warcraft game, right? That's the first thing I thought. I'm playing that hero. And in this way, with Warfronts, you're doing it the same way. You're building your buildings, you're attacking the other faction, basically. It sounds really cool. I hope it will be really cool. The only thing I'm worried about is that it can be a flop. It can be a flop because you're with 20 people. And how will they do it otherwise? Like if you do it alone, it will just be boring, you know. Then it will be like Garrison all over again. So if you do 20 people, it can be a lot of the fights how it's going to be. However, I must say, if you have played Guild Wars 2, that is, the PvP area, where you're on this whole land and you're taking over places, you know, that is really fucking cool. I loved Guild Wars 2 PvP. If they can do it something like that, it will be really cool. The thing is like this. You can, outside Warfronts, so let's take Warfronts away. Now you're back in the normal world again, so to say. Warfronts is actually one of, it's like locations in Azeroth that you're gonna fight. And I think this one will start in what the fuck is it called? Ashari, what's it called again? Arath Highlands? I think it's Arath Highlands is gonna start in. Arath Highlands or South Shore, one of them. If thinking Guild Wars 2, it was really good. The PvP there was really fucking good, and it feels like it's a little bit like that, and that's for one reason, and that reason is there's a new currency, sort of a currency. It's called Azerite. Alright? Azerite is something you can get from all over this world. It's like what they call it was like the blood of Azeroth. So basically, what happened after Legion is that they cut it. They scarred our world basically, and now she's like bleeding out. Her blood is becoming like crystallized, and this crystals is something that we all want. Even animals, for some reason, they said. It's something we all get drawn to, like we want it, right? And with Azerite, we can build up, so we can make better buildings, which leads to better vehicles in Warfronts, right? And that sounds a little bit like Guild Wars, because in Guild Wars 2, you also like giving supplies to make you build more epic weapons, take over like castles, whatever it is. So it can be cool in this way. So I just hope that people actually do this, because the thing is with this is that it becomes a mix between PvP and PvE. It's a mix between them. If people will do it, it will be really fucking awesome. If people put their gaming into this, it would be really fucking awesome. But I'm afraid that people won't do that, because WoW has become more and more and more a PvE game. No matter what people say, it's more PvE game. I see WoW as a PvE game. I don't see it as PvP game the same way I saw it before. So I just hope that it will bring life to PvP again. Because if you just say the word WoW PvP, people start laughing. That's the problem. People start laughing about it. They even laughed yesterday in BlizzCon when Ian Hazukosta said something about PvP, and everyone started laughing. I was like, oh shit, this is not good. But this is like a mix between PvP, PvE, and I hope it will be really fucking cool. And I hope people will put effort in it. That's what I really hope. Speaking of this Azerite, we're gonna come to something else now. Heart of Azeroth. Now, our artifact weapons will go away, right? We won't have it anymore. Poof, gone. Instead, we will have this one. I heard he said necklace, but it seems that no one in the entire world heard the word necklace. So it doesn't seem that it's a necklace anymore. It's just some kind of emblem that you don't wear as a gear. But I still think, I'm not sure he said necklace. I need to rewatch that video later and see what it actually said, because I heard it was necklace. But let's say it's an emblem. It's Heart of Azeroth. It's an item, right? With this item, Magni will give it to you. We don't know anything else. It's just that. Magni will give it to us. And it's tied to Azeroth, basically. And with the blood from Azeroth that becomes crystallized, that becomes this Azerite, we can level up this item. Alright? Leveling up this item will make the gear we get in the new expansion better. Now the question, how it's going to get better. Amulet. Thank you. I'm going to change that word here then. So how do you do this? This is how I understood it, right? So this is probably going to get changed later, but this is the first time they mentioned yesterday, and 100% this, what you see now, will be changed 10 times over until it comes on live servers when the expansion comes out, probably in summer, beginning or end of summer. But this is how it looks today. So you have, when you get a gear, this gear can be upgraded. And it's like circles. You see these circles here? Like circles. Circle 1, circle 2, circle 3, and the middle circle. I call them traits in these circles, because there are 2 to 4 minor traits. Because I'm thinking more of how it is today, right? With minor trait, major trait. So when you unlock a circle, you have 4 traits to choose from. And these traits just buff up your spells, basically. Buff up some ability that you have. That's what it does. So you choose one of them. And the gear you have differs from other gears when it comes to these minor traits. And if you do it on normal mode, heroic mode, mythic mode, it becomes better even, depending where you got it from. Okay? So if you have these circles, the first one you can choose between 4 minor traits. And then let's say if you look here, you use this as an example up here. At level 7 of your amulet, you unlock the first circle. At level 10, you unlock the second circle. At level 16, you unlock the third circle. And let's say at level 20, you unlock the major trait, which are more like major minor traits like it is today in your weapon. So the major one will be more awesome, basically. So that's how you do it. And as I understood, let's say that I am level 20. And then I unlock all these on one gear. The question is, will it get unlocked, all of them, on my next gear? Or will that next gear maybe require more levels? So I think, depending on eye level, alright, it will require more level of your amulet to unlock the circles. So if you have like a common gear, I don't know if common gear will even have these circles, but let's say an epic gear. 9, where are we today? 1000. Let's say it's 1100 here. 1100, and it requires these, what I said. Let's say 1200 is more like raid gear. Then maybe you need like level 30, 40 of your amulet to unlock the first circle. But then comes the question, if it is like that, it makes shit more complicated, because if you have one item, one gear, that is 20 eye levels lower than the other gear, but on this one you have unlocked everything and it's more fucking awesome than this one because it requires more higher level of your amulet, which one would you choose? You would probably choose this one, right? We have unlocked everything. Okay, then comes another fucking question. The fucking requirements to join raids, to join Mythic Plus, to join whatever you want to join, will go for eye level. They don't give a shit about how much you have unlocked, right? So that will fuck up that system as well, I think. If it will be that the better gear, the more higher amulet level you need to unlock the circles. If it's not like that, then this whole thing is a scrap. I'm gonna tell you why now. If you only needed to unlock circles once, level 20 of your amulet, then it's not WoW anymore. You know why it's not WoW anymore? Because WoW is a grind zone number 1. So if you would unlock it and you're done at level 20 with your amulet, you don't need to grind any more Azerite. It doesn't sound logic, right? So that will never happen. Most likely you need more levels of your amulet, the better gear you're gonna unlock. Otherwise it won't be a grind zone, and WoW is equal a grind zone number 1, right? So this is how this gonna look like, and this is probably gonna change a lot. But man, we need to check this. We need to check the new races. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on this one. Let's see. Something like that. Let's do one more. There we go. So, if you look what the names are, do we have the names somewhere? Do I have names of races somewhere? Let me see here. Oh yeah, here they are. In these new zones, while you level, probably will be something you unlock during leveling and something you have to unlock later. But all these are through quest lines, right? So Alliance, Void Elves, Lightforged Draenei, Dark Iron Dwarves. So where do we have them? So Alliance can unlock this look, the Dark Iron Dwarves. These, what are called Lightforged something? Lightforged Draenei is these. It looks a little bit like they do today. These light for the light people in Argus. And I think it's these, right? What were they called? They were called Void Elves. Yeah, it's 100% these, Void Elves. So this is the different unlocks they can do. And as I understood, they will come more later. This is just like the ones they have for now. So it's going to come a lot later, apparently. So all this going to turn into a grind zone for transmog. and someone out there in the chat, the Angry Scotsman, gonna fucking love this, because I know he is a transmog #1. This is a very cool way, because now what they have done is that they have done a grind zone for the amulet, and now they're gonna do a grind zone for transmogs that look really cool. I call them transmogs, but it's actually different races. It's like different race looks, basically, which is really fucking cool. Because it is basically the race you have now, but they just modify it so it looks cooler. So I still call it transmogs. So that's Alliance. The Horde will have Nightborn, High Mountain Torrents, and Zandalari Trolls. And I must say that the Horde got... What are you hiding? These people from Suramar, I love it. I love it. It's so cool that the Horde got it, because I'm a Horde player, and I got so happy that we can become this, because they look really cool. We also got these, like the High Mountain ones. They're good in their own way. I think they're cool. And we got the Zandalari. So I think the winner here, for now, are the Horde, because we got really cool fucking looks, or like races looks, basically. The only thing that's cool for Alliance are these, what are they called? Dark Iron Dwarves. That's like the only thing that it's cool for. But on the other hand, I mean, Dark Iron Dwarves, if you just make a fucking DK, you will look more or less the same. DK Dwarf. Yeah, that was about that. And then it came something else. A new scenario. This scenario sounded really cool. Basically, you have 3 people that you enter this scenario. You can be 3 tanks, you can be 3 healers, you can be 3 DPS. You choose what you want to be. It's not like tank, healer, DPS, right? And when you enter, you go with a ship to explore an island, right? When you come to this island, every time you come to this, if you come to the same island, every time the mobs will differ. It won't be the same mobs, it won't be on the same places, everything will differ. It all comes down to that these mobs are protecting Azeroth. And as I said, Azeroth is the new thing to level up your amulet, for the war thing, the PvP thing later, or PvP/PvE thing, what are they called? Warfronts is called. So that's why you're doing this. It's all because of the Azomite that you need. So you go in there, and also, if you're a Horde, there will be NPCs, Alliance, like champions, as you can see in the image here. Like champions that will fight you to take this Azerite as well. And this will be in normal mode, heroic mode, mythic mode, so it will be really fucking hard later on. Also, instead of these champions, you can do it in PvP mode. So Horde goes to the island, Alliance goes to the island, fight each other, and the mobs that are there to take the Azerite. It sounds really fucking cool. And it says it's gonna take around 50 minutes to do it. So if you like, I want to do this, you just enter fast and you do it. So that's about that scenario. And what else did we have that was really fucking cool? Heart of Azeroth, we went through. PvP updates. Yeah, 2 new arenas, I think it was. And yeah, they're gonna come out in a Battleground. And this Battleground is actually coming out in the next patch, even 7.3.5. I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but this Battleground is gonna take place in Silithus. That's all I have to say. It's gonna take place in Silithus. This is the Azerite that we want. And here I wrote down like what they said, how you will get it. On this page I have on my website, it's like only an overview. And when hopefully, if I get beta or whatever it is later, all these parts I'll make a big guide of later, of course. But this is like what we know today, like how you get them and stuff. And it feels very straightforward how you get the Azerite, because it's how you get everything that comes to WoW. Like in WoD we had this, what was it called, these crystals, these fucking crystals that I hate. So I think it's like that. What are they called? These crystals. I forgot the name of these crystals, but you get, it's like these. It's all these currency things, whatever you need. And Legion is basically the things we get, or not half of these though. to level up our legendary. That's like half of these listed here. World PvP. This part I did not like. And I don't know how they will do it. Basically, it's like this. We have PvE servers, we have PvP servers. Alright? What they're gonna do is that they're gonna put... none of these PvP will exist. It will just be a normal neutral server. Right? Basically, PvE server from the beginning. What we call normal servers. It's not called PvE, it's not called PvP. But, when you are in a zone, you can choose to flag yourself as PvP. And then, you will most likely see people that are PvP also flagged. I don't know if you're gonna see other people, or you just see that a flag above their head or something that they are PvP as well. You can attack them. And then you can unflag yourself. If you flag yourself PvP when you're doing some quests, then maybe you will get more bonuses out of it. I must say that this is really crap. Really crap. Because, okay, we know that PvP, PvE, it's been going for a while. Maybe you started PvP, like they said yesterday. You started PvP, you've been in a PvP for long, maybe because of friends, maybe because of guild, maybe because you've been there for a long time, and then you don't think about PvP anymore. But, man, it will fuck up everything. Because then you'll feel like if you go in, and if you do world quest, emissary quest, whatever it is, you don't think that, oh, I'm gonna start doing some PvP at the same time. I'm gonna flag myself as PvP. You don't think like that. The only time you will do it is if you want to PvP. If you purely want to PvP, that's when you're gonna flag yourself. You're not gonna think so much about what's going on around you, or if you think that these bonuses are really good. Depends on the bonuses though. If the bonuses are really good, maybe you'll flag yourself at PvP. But otherwise, who will do it? Like we said before, like some half an hour ago, PvP is dead in WoW. Period. It's dead in WoW. So who's gonna flag themselves as PvP while doing world quests? Like no one, except for people that are doing PvP, which is like, I don't know, like a 1% of the players in WoW. Like, I don't know how they did this. I just say, let PvP server be alone, let PvE server be alone, and have it like it is today. No one is complaining. People that complains, they can just go and do the PvE thing. People that complains can go do the PvP thing, you know? Just change fucking server. If you hate it that much, just change server. If you hate PvP that much, change server. If your friends are not changing, then it's fucking up to you what you want to do. You want to still be there with your friends and get ganked, or you want to go to another server and do the quest that you want to do. It's fucking up to you. If you feel that you're ganked all the time in a PvP server, but your guild is there, then maybe you should take your guild with you and do shit with you if you love your guild that much. Then maybe they will help you out when you're doing quests and you will kill them with your guild mates. If your friends are there, same thing. Let them help you do it. If you can't do that, fucking change to a PvE server and let's see, maybe they will join you. But flag as PvP? Like, who will do that? Who will think about, I gonna flag myself PvP now. I'm gonna kill some boars and get some meat. But wait a minute, let's flag some PvP, let's do some PvP at the same time. No one thinks about that. Everyone just wants to finish off the fucking emissaries and be done with it for a day. It's so stupid. Just leave PvE, just leave PvP alone. Those servers. Faction change. That, or join with your buddies and kill those that ganked you. That's all about PvP, man. It's like in Lord of the Rings, you know, when these orcs were attacking each other. In the third one, when they're up in the tower and they start attacking each other, they fell down the stairs, and one of the orcs is like, he tried to knife me, and then everyone's just fighting against each other. That's how it is in WoW. You see someone do some quest, some bozo is attacking you. I, as a horde player, see a alliance player attacking that guy. I'm gonna help out, or I'm gonna fucking fuck off. But most of the times, I'm gonna help out. And then maybe someone else helps out. Then maybe some alliance helps out. And then it becomes a big fucking war in that zone. That's how WoW is. Leave that totally alone. If you flag yourself as PvP and you will only see PvP people, it will destroy the whole fucking thing, because then it won't be this thing that he tried to knife me and I'm just, for me, I'm buying my own business, killing a boar, taking out the meat. I won't see any PvP people anywhere because I don't find myself as PvP. In the PvP server, I'm taking out the fucking meat. I see someone ganking my horde dude over there. I don't know this horde guy, but he's fucking horde. I'm gonna go over there and help him. That's how PvP is. Leave the fucking PvP servers alone. They should not touch it. They should not touch it. It's so bad. I even have a scenario for you guys. This is a fucking funny scenario. I have two scenarios for you about this. How many times have you clicked on an NPC, right? And then there's someone in your opposite faction in the way, and by accident you stab that guy because you know you want to click on the other guy behind, and you stab that guy. And maybe you type like /sorry or whatever you type on, or maybe just leave it alone. Or maybe you like, oh, I stabbed him, maybe I should continue stabbing him because I start stabbing by mistake. Or the other guy's like, what the fuck are you stabbing me from nowhere, and he starts attacking you. That's how PvP servers are. Leave that fucking shit alone. Then they start attacking each other, and then everyone comes to turn in the quest, and they see that two people attacking each other, it becomes a fucking war zone there. Leave that shit alone. Don't touch PvP servers. Alright, so what else do we have? Dungeons. 10 new dungeons are coming out in the beginning. Basically like this. Each dungeon, you have the horde side, the horde territory or horde zone where the horde's gonna be, and you have the alliance zone where the alliance gonna be. But they have their dungeons in those zones, right? They're tied to the quests in or that zone. So when you level up, you'll only do the quest, the dungeons in your zone, if you're horde, or in your zone as alliance. Maybe like 5 dungeons. When you come to max level, that's when you can do the dungeons on the opposite faction zones, basically. You can do those dungeons, but before that you can't see them or touch them or do anything until you come max level. And of course you'll have Mythic Plus there. I think it's so good to have Mythic Plus. I wouldn't see any reason why they would take away Mythic Plus at all. So that's really good. Raid, first raid come out will be Older Halls of Control. And it's some kind of Zandalar corruption. It's like the Zandalar blood people. It's gonna be in the horde side of that zone, because that's where the blood trolls are, basically. So we're gonna go there, and they said it's gonna be like in Theron's Lair, like a starting raid, basically, and that's gonna be this one, and then it's gonna come out more, of course. So that's about that. Let's see if someone answered